talented and very, very well coached, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
All right, raise your hand. I can get you the mic for questions.
Chucky, you were here a couple years ago, and you were saying you and Noah both were here, didn't know each other, I guess. Just being here and on this stage and kind of what you remember about that year, and maybe if you told your teammates anything.
Yeah, it's electric here. The atmosphere is beyond crazy. And it's gonna feel weird the first. I told them it's gonna feel weird the first like couple possessions when you get on the court, but you know you're gonna once you get out there and get comfortable, you're gonna be able to just go out there and play freely. Shots may not go in right away because it feels a little weird. The ceilings are a little lower, but you know that's why we came in here and got shots up today. A lot of shots up in today in practice.
Kind of a similar question, Chucky, but you're familiar with Indiana, their personnel. I know they've brought some new players in, but you've played against Coach Woodson's teams for a couple of years. Like, are you able to recognize some things and talk your teammates through some things that Indiana will do as well?
Yeah, absolutely. They have a really good coach, really good players. I'm excited to go against Indiana again. They got me last time when we played them in Indiana, so you know this is a little revenge game for me. I'm happy to be able to do it in this atmosphere and you know do it with my teammates here, and you know we're feeling really good about this.
Pat, do you know Coach Woodson at all? Have any kind of connection to him, and then just kind of speak on his team and what you see with them?
No, I mean we've exchanged pleasantries, if you will, in passing. You know, everybody in the recruiting world kind of knows each other because you're in gymnasiums together all the time in recruiting. Obviously, I've always known who he is because of his status in the basketball world, both as a great player and obviously is a great coach. You know, I don't even know if I should say this, but I grew up as an Indiana fan when I was a kid. Steve Alford was my favorite player. When they won the championship in '87, like I just remember rooting like crazy for Indiana. As I got a little bit older, we got season tickets to Xavier games. That's where my dad played, and I became more of a Xavier fan than an Indiana fan. But obviously, very aware of their history and their mystique and their tradition, and obviously, Coach Woodson is a big part of that, playing for one of the greatest coaches in the history of coaching, Bobby Knight. You know, diving into their system and their team over the last several days from a scouting standpoint, I have a great respect for what they do and how they do it. They are, you know, they're tough to guard, they're tough to prepare for. They have a lot of weapons, and our guys have done a great job in preparation the last couple of days, and we're excited about the opportunity to play.
Yeah, Coach, I just wanted to ask you to expand a little bit more on that. Just like when you watch Indiana on film, like what stands out? What do you think are going to be the keys to matching up with them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're extremely talented. You know, they have, you know, 4 guys in double figures, and it's not barely in double figures. They're all in double figures, and you know, all 4 of those guys, I think, have a chance, you know, to all be NBA players. So that first and foremost talks and speaks to the level of talent that they have on their team. But then schematically, Coach Woodson and the staff does a really good job of putting them in advantageous positions that make you make tough decisions defensively and in scouting. And those are the things that we've been working on over the last couple of days. Obviously, they're big, strong, and physical, and they can go at you inside with multiple players. And then, you know, they're skilled and dynamic on the perimeter as well. So they have a good inside, outside threat. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for their talent level and their coaching, and you know, we got to be on it defensively to defend them.
I guess, Pat, talking a little bit more about that, their ability to score at all 3 levels. Obviously, they don't shoot a ton of threes, but they're a little bit better at it this year. You talk about their ability to score inside, and then they've got guys that can, especially against like drop coverage, come around and hit mid-range jumpers. Just how difficult is a team that maybe can, with multiple players, you know, score at all 3 levels? How hard is that to prepare for?
You know, good players and good system, that usually equates to a pretty good team. They're really good.
We'll go to Matt McGavick on the Zoom.
Pat, over the course of your head coaching career, you've been someone who's played a lot of guys because of the pace you like to play. But with Cater out for a while, with Corin Johnson kind of on the mend, on top of the fact that you have two guys redshirting this year, have you already had to kind of adjust your approach, or are you still trying to play with as much pace as you can?
Yeah, I mean, we have several guys out that you mentioned, Kadir and Corin, but, we can play 9 guys. So, we think we have plenty of depth to continue, to play our system. Throughout the course of the season, I think all good programs, any good coach is gonna, make adjustments throughout the course of the season based on whether it's depth or whether it's injuries and things like that. So, those are things that we'll consider as we move forward, but, we're committed to kind of what we do and how we do it.
Chucky, kind of talk about the progress of this team. Where do you think you guys have come maybe the furthest from the beginning, and what's that next step to keep getting better?
Yeah, ever since that Tennessee game, we were all disappointed, obviously, with the outcome. But we took steps forward tremendously as a team, and we just keep getting better every day, having that championship mindset to practice every single day. And that's what we have to have if we want to be able to get to the tournament and make big runs in the tournament. So it's been great having a great coach, great coaching staff, great teammates being involved. From the managers to everybody just being involved in the program. Everybody's had a great mindset, and that's what makes us better. When everybody comes to practice with a championship mindset, and we're just dialed in every day, just focus on the next thing, and the next thing is Indiana. So we got to come prepared tomorrow.
I think that's Eric Crawford on the Zoom.
Yeah, Pat, and we've seen this team that you have a lot of good shooters on this team, and you are going to be a good perimeter shooting team, but your percentage isn't where you want it yet as a whole. Is that something that just kind of takes care of itself? Do you look at the shots you're taking? Have perimeter shooting is a big weapon for you guys. Is that something you just feel like will come?
Absolutely. I grew up collecting baseball cards, and you look at the back of the baseball card, a guy that's a veteran player's got a bunch of data on the back of that, and usually are what the back of your bubble gum card says you are. And the back of the bubble gum card of all of our players says they're very, very good shooters. We're generating open shots. We have guys that work relentlessly on their skill and their game and that are shooting. I sleep like a baby, knowing that we got a very good shooting team and we're generating good shots, and they'll fall.
Matt McGavick on the Zoom. I think you're muted, Matt.
Sorry about that. Usually when it comes to these early season tournaments and such, whether it be like to Maui or to Bahamas, there's like the element of trying to have as much fun as you can while you're here, while on top of playing basketball. But considering you guys already went to the Bahamas once this calendar year, do you think that kind of allows you to focus a little bit more on basketball, like just because you've already kind of been there, done that with the Bahamas?
I think for all of us, we're focused on winning this tournament. We really don't care about anything else. Like you said, we've already been to Bahamas once this year. And that was still a business trip for us. And this one right here is a business trip for all of us. We all know that these games are very important for us, for the city of Louisville. And we're coming focused, we're coming prepared, and we're going to bring it and give all the energy we have to be able to win this tournament.
Anything else for Coach Kelsey, Chucky? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Chucky. Great job. Right.